how that Chinese guy used the blockchain in order to get out a message.
Yes. Should we talk about this?
Yes, can you?
Yes. So I'll bring up a couple details here right quick. This thing crossed my path. It was so intriguing. So I'm going to read this out. And I did a little bit of digging. You guys can check it out. Someone burnt 500 ETH, which is $1.4 million, to spread a message in Chinese. First off, number one, you don't spend $1.4 million to make a message to the world undeletable. That must mean the message is worth something. And the message is this, quote, the bosses of Kunde Investment, Feng Xin and Zhu Yuxi, used brain-machine weapons to persecute all the company employees and former employees as they themselves are also controlled. Brain-computer chips have been militarized and deployed on a large scale, and all military powers are using base stations, radios, and nano-brain computer chips to control all citizens. So, the question you have to ask yourself, would you spend $1.4 million, Matt, to tell the world that the Chinese government and Chinese telecom companies are brain-chipping employees and the entire population?
Can we just refresh that real quick? A person spent $1.4 million in order to let the world know, and it's not deletable, not censorable. He spent $1.4 million to get one message out.
On chain. It's never going away.
The Chinese are brain chipping, and they're controlling us.
Yes.
That was his message. Wow.
Many questions arise from this, right? What's happening? Are people... Wait, but we know that people are being brain chipped from this nanotechnology. We know that this mRNA nanotechnology is self-replicating in some ways, and it also is self-organizing in some ways. You've probably seen the videos. So I do not feel like we're far off from this matrix where it truly is. We truly live in a world, a timeline where people are being manipulated and controlled by small little nanotech. It makes sense to me, man. We're there.
If you had to define a whistleblower, this is a whistleblower.
This is a whistleblower. They clearly value their life more than their money.
Yes.
Because most people value the message more than their life. And they don't have money, which is why they somehow delete themselves with 2 shotgun blasts or maybe even a shot to the head from top down.
Oh.
Missing the brain.
Referencing the OpenAI whistleblower,
Right.
who somehow blew his brains out at this angle.
Yes, at this angle. SAR. Not very smart, SAR. And so I know I'm being facetious here, but don't misunderstand the point. There's an equation for whistleblowers. The equation is simply this. Is your story true? Number 2, do you value your life? And number 3, do you have money? In most cases, they have a story that's true, they value their life, but they don't have money, which is why they end up becoming deleted. And so this individual has a story. Is it true? Who knows? Number 2, does he value or she value their life? Absolutely. And number 3, are they willing to put the money towards it? $1.4 million to put a message out on a blockchain that is immutable and undeletable for all time and memoriam? I think this guy is truly a whistleblower.
Okay. So let's work under the premise that what he's saying is true. He spent a lot of money. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Hey, $1.4 million to get a message out. Loud, heard, clear.
Yeah.
We'll operate under the premise for this moment, for this exercise, that what he's saying is true.
Fair enough.
The Chinese are brain chipping certain individuals and controlling them.
Yes.
Okay. Are they doing it here?
Yes. 100%. Absolutely, man. Are they doing it in America? Let's be specific. Yes, 100%.
Because if the technology exists in China, it exists here.
100%.
We know that Elon is working on Neuralink in order to help people play video games. But the reality is that if you could do it there, what are we missing?
I saw a meme, and it's so true. Neuralink is just a way for guys to masturbate easier. Seriously, why do you need to even why use your hands? Why use any lotion?
Half the guys are going, sign me up, sir.
Yeah, exactly. Why do I need to even work at this? All I have to do is go and it's like ejaculation achieved.
Dude, can you imagine what your life would be like if in your brain it was just 24-hour Pornhub,
Dude, you'd be walking around with an ephemeral boner.
or would you go away?
Actually, you'd probably get desensitized.
You'd have to get this. It would totally rewire your brain, probably. Actually,
You'd become trans.
is that how they start?
You'd cut your dick off.
Is that how they start?
Think about this. If you're so inundated with prawn 24/7, you no longer have anything that works down there. And so, since nothing works down there anymore, you might as well get rid of it.
And it doesn't even have to be the visuals because it's in your brain.
Yeah.
They can just give you the feeling.
Yeah.
So you don't even know that's where you're getting it
Yeah,
from.
so you don't even need the dick.
They could literally drive people crazy.
Yes. And some would say with nanoparticles that are self-organizing that respond to radio signals in water, and we're 80% water, that radio signals from like, I don't know, 5G towers or something like this could create interesting, let's just say, outcomes in these bioflesh suits that we are in. So I'm curious, Matt, people might say, oh, Peter, you're going conspiracy. Brother, we have states that are now banning all of the poison that they're putting into our air. We have Department of Defense videos and commercials showing that they do have space lasers. Like, trust me, guys. If China has proven that they released an mRNA bio-weapon to the world. So for someone to say, no, they ain't microchipping, they're not using nanotech. Brother, you stupid.
I've talked about this before. I've had the opportunity to be on these kind of coastal islands of the United States, like the West Palm Beach or kind of like these types of really where all the billionaires live. The most expensive real estate areas within the country. And what I've noticed in going to those areas is that they don't have 5G. You go over the bridge and you have 5G. But on these little islands, and it's not a money issue because they can afford to build a 5G tower if they want it.
Oh, no problem.
Just because you're rich doesn't mean you don't want fast internet. If anything, you demand faster internet. They're willing to give up convenience for what? It's almost like they know something.
It's almost like we want to ensure that the masses have access to high-speed internet so we can constantly send them great messages about how their lives are going to be better. And the rich people out way in the countryside with only access to 3G, they're of no concern of ours. Is that what you're saying? We don't have to worry about them being mind controlled because they're off on the land, right?
This idea of brain chipping is really concerning.
You dig down that rabbit hole deep enough like I did through this thread and the couple of threads that I read, it seems more than probable, Sar, that it is not only being fully utilized and exacted in today's society, but in most cases, they're farther than we imagine.
And the scariest part of brain chips is that a huge percentage of the population will eventually do it.
No doubt. No doubt.
And what it's going to do is going to create two classes of people, chipped and non-chipped.
Don't we already have two classes of people thanks to the mRNA?
True.
The purebloods and the nons?
And what's going to happen is that if you are in a field that requires a database of knowledge, you are never going to hire someone non-chipped. If I am in a legal battle and I need a good attorney, I'm hiring the chipped attorney to fight against your non-chipped attorney because I will win. If I need a surgeon, I want the chipped surgeon that has the schematics in his brain, or you can just download them or get a custom one specific for me. I want him working on me over the non-one that's relying on his memory.
That's true. That's like Neo. I know Kung Fu.
But I don't want to do it. I don't want to be involved in it. But you're going to see a necessity and reason to have it.
So you just want to benefit from all the androids out there. You don't actually want to become one yourself.
Okay, then how do you solve that? I've actually thought about this.
Well, I already know the equation.
Okay.
We've talked about this before. The equation is very simple. Privacy for convenience. That's the equation every time. We choose convenience over privacy every time, right? We would rather have the convenience of being able to have access to A, B, and C than our privacy, which requires us to fill out forms to get what we want, right? And so the equation in everyday society, every person every day makes this decision. Do I want convenience or privacy? And so in your scenario there, you will choose the convenience over privacy.
No. What I think was going to be a huge trend, I think it's going to be the biggest trend and maybe the biggest market, will be that people who have money, power, or influence, or a combination of three, what they will do is that they will start getting chipped servants.
Of course.
That makes more sense.
That makes more sense.
I don't want to sell my brain because I don't know what's going to do. What if someone presses the kill switch? Because there's always a kill switch.
Yes.
Like we started in the beginning.
Yes.
When you build out technology, there are levers of power that you can choose to put in.
Mm-hmm.
And 99.9% of companies, even though they say they won't use it, they build those in.
The temptation is too great.
They're going to build in kill switches.
Oh, bro. Absolutely.
Okay. I don't want that. What a lot of people are going to feel the same way. A lot of people are going to do is they're going to start getting, we'll call them chipped indentured servants. You find a kid, find a person that has potential. You offer to pay for their chipping. You bring them in. They do your chipped work for you.
Nice.
You have the kill switch, so they can't leave you.
Nice.
And then maybe after 10 years, if you're a good owner.
Well, if you're a good cis male, right? Chipped indentured servant. Now we get to reuse the cis male.
If you are a good owner of said indentured servant, I don't want to say the other word, but it's really what that is. You may offer to let them free. This is going to be the future, I believe, which is crazy.
Because you're totally right.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You're like sometimes I have sometimes I have moments where I'm absolutely blown away at where Matt's brain goes because sometimes I think I'm smart. Sometimes I think I'm sophisticated. Sometimes I think I can pull on threads and extract ideas. But what Matt just said is absolutely the dark mirror, is the black mirror, is the carbon black, whatever that other show was. Absolutely 100%. The rich people will not get chipped, just like Apple president Steve Jobs, just like the Microsoft president.
Doesn't let them use iPads. Don't let them use their
That's
technology.
what I was about to say. Bill Gates is on record, same with Steve Jobs, on record saying, we do not give our children iPads and iPhones and these mobile devices. Why? Because they're dangerous for children and their biology growing up. And so, of course, the rich people are not going to get chipped. Of course, the rich people are not going to use these mobile devices that are giving us cancer. Of course, they're not going to do that. They're going to get indentured servants that will serve them under duress and stress of a kill switch.
Yes.
Brother, you are ingenious.
It for sure is going to happen that way. And do you know what? There's a lot of people in the world that are like, sign me up. Because in 10 years, they say I can be free.
Well,
they're not going to let you free. They never do, by the way.
You're only going to sign up because on LinkedIn, it's only going to accept chipped applications, right? He's part of that. He's part of that.
They're going to go after the unsophisticated and say, we will pay for your chip.
No. The mayors are going to get on TV and they're going to say, eat this burger with fries and you get a free chipping.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have Stephen Colbert jumping up and down in a dancing chip instead of a syringe going, get chipped today for your burger and your small peen because you won't need that anymore as we cut it off because you're going to be so inundated with smut you won't need your peen. Guys, like, I'm taking Matt's idea string and pulling on it, and you're so right, bro. You're so right. Rich people don't do this shit. They know too much.
Yes.
They will pay for the access at someone else's detriment. That's how it always works.
And it will create a third class of citizen.
Ooh.
Because now you have
The chipped and the unchipped.
Well, you have the chipped indentured servitudes. You have the chipped bots for the poor.
And then the masters.
And then you have the masters.
Oh, yeah.
Some people will get the AI bot. It's not as good as a chipped human.
Yes. But it is $15,000 cheaper.
Exactly. You can get the retail version of the robot that will do a few things, or you can get a human to do it.
Yeah. The human doesn't take too kindly when you ask it to yank on your pee-pee, but the bot is easy. You just say, yank here.
it's going to create this, and it sounds crazy.
I know I'm in crazy land right now, but you're so right and so wrong at the same time.
It's this crazy dystopian future that is literally knocking on our door, by the way.
It's here.
It's so close, if not here. We just don't see it yet.
Have you gone down the rabbit hole of the clones? Have you gone down that?
A little bit.
A little bit? What do you think? What do you think? Let's talk about the clones. Because the clones are here, guys. The clones are here. Like, we already know. Okay, so let's back up.
Okay, they have the technology.
Let's go one step back even further. We clearly know that there are masks being used all the time.
Yes.
All the time. We've seen Trump masks. We've seen Biden masks. We've seen fill-in-the-blank masks. It's clear there's double, get out of here, right? There's clear body doubles are real. So we all can concede and accept that fact that body doubles are real. We've seen enough evidence. It's happening all the time. We've also seen curious evidence, Matt, about non-masks, but dadgummit, they look pretty clonish. And if I may, the one that has not freaked me out, but the one that has made me the most curious is the whole Jamie Foxx clone. Have you seen that? Have you gone down that rabbit hole?
It's crazy.
You don't remove tattoos on your head, bro. So I don't know. What do you think? Are clones among us? Are we there, Matt?
I mean, the technology exists.
It does. It does.
All these guys are invested in AI, are also invested in things like CRISPR. So it's the same. That's the thing, is that when you talk about dystopian future, the same names pop up in every single industry. It's like 10 guys that are involved in all of it. Bill Gates, Sam Altman, Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, Mark Andreessen, Bill Gates. Like, it's this, I don't know if I said that name already. It's the same people that are involved in the entire, it's all of it.
And they're not close to our current president, are they? They're not advising our chief.
It's so crazy. It's like we are so close to the dystopian future. The same people are in charge of all of it. And we're talking about gene editing and gene technology and AI and robots and brain chips. And so much levers of control are being built around us everywhere.
And at a speed that is uncalculable. Like, these guys are delivering this stuff so quickly.
Yeah. Almost like they have chipped people working for them.
Maybe this Chinaman who put this $1.4 million message on the Ethereum first layer blockchain is telling us something, Matt. What do you think?
I wish you would have dropped it on Soju.
Sar, it's time for you to check in. Let's go.
Thanks for watching the clip. If you want to see the full episode, click here. If you want to see more clips, click here.